most important thing I can ever speak to you about. And that is to have a personal encounter with God. It is the one thing that you must chase, desire more than anything in your life. A few weeks back I had the privilege to go and test drive one of these new electric motorcycles, and it costs more than R1 million, 1.2 million rand. And this was just absolutely amazing. I cannot even try to explain to you this afternoon what happened in my body and in my mind. I got on that bike and I put on the helmet and I went for a test drive, and it was just so exhilarating. The power and the acceleration of that bike is something I've never felt in any other vehicle. It was just amazing. I was shouting and just enjoying myself so much. It was the adrenaline pumping through my body, and I was shouting in the helmet, and I was enjoying every second of it. I didn't want to get off that bike. I think if I had too much money, then I'll buy something like that. It was just amazing. This morning I can talk to you about my experience, and in church and in ministry we tell people about our experiences with God. We read in the Bible about other people's experiences with God, and it is fantastic. It really motivates you to hear their stories and to understand and to hear what they experienced and the way they felt and what happened there. But unless you have that same experience, you can never understand what I felt, what went through my brain, and what I was thinking at that stage, and what was happening in my body, the way it made me feel, and everything, or the whole situation, exactly everything that happened. I can try to explain to you. I can even in detail try to explain to you with the most beautiful words what I felt. I can even go and get the guide of that motorcycle, and you can go and read about it. You can read everything about that motorcycle, the acceleration, the top speed, the 0 to 100, and you can read all the things that motorcycle can do. But unless you get on the bike and you put the helmet on your head and you take it for a test drive yourself, you will never be able to talk about that experience the way I can. I think this morning what I would like to communicate with you is especially that. I want to ask you this morning to pursue an encounter with God more than anything in your life. Doesn't matter where you are, how old you are, what happened in your past. The thing that will have the most impact in your life is an encounter with God. That changes everything. The joy, the peace, the understanding, the love that just flows from God to us. Again, this morning I can tell you about an encounter with God. I can tell you the way it makes me feel. I can tell you how God lifts my head. So beautiful, actually, that the Word of God said that He is the lifter of my head. Maybe this morning you are sitting down and life's circumstances have brought you to a place where you cannot even look up anymore. In the presence of God, He becomes the lifter of your head. The love flowing from the Father to you will change your life. In the presence of God, everything changes. The way He sees you, the way He feels about you, it will change your life. You will not be able to even compare it with anything else. I cannot compare the presence of God with that motorcycle. It's not even close. And I want to ask you this morning to pursue that. To get to a place where you will pursue an encounter with God more than anything. We can read the manual of what Jesus did and the stories of other people, and it is fantastic. And we need to have that as well. But unless you encounter Him, you need to have your own story where God encountered you and where God changed your life. And the men in the Bible, they had that encounter with God. You can name any one of them. They had an encounter with God, and that encounter changed their lives. So this morning, if I can have one message left this morning to tell you, if there's one thing, and they say, listen, Peter, there's no more time. You must just say one thing to people. The one thing I would tell you, my sons, my daughter, whoever is listening, I will tell you to please pursue an encounter with God. Chase after it, pursue it, hunger it, long for it, more than anything in your life. And God will not disappoint you, that I promise you. So family, here from the lovely Vanderbijl Park, I want to just spend some time with you today, and I want to ask you to please, more than anything in your life, pursue your dad. Pursue a living relationship with him. Make time. In the next few weeks, I will help you to get to that place. A place where you can really encounter God, and it will change your life forever. So be blessed. Look after yourself. And until we see each other again, love you. Bye.